Day in the life of a student choreographer in the winter dance concert. I had started my morning at around 8:30 a.m. and I got ready for the day before starting to study for my endocrinology exam that I had at the end of the week while eating a small breakfast. Then I headed over to my 10:30 a.m. class in Carp Hall that I take with several of my friends, which was, of course, endocrinology with Professor Cohen. My next stop was Skeller, the underground diner that we have here on campus that serves Mediterranean bowls. I get these falafel bowls at least 2 or 3 times a week. They are fantastic. After grabbing my food, I headed over to the library where I spent 2 hours to study for the endocrinology exam. I really had to crank it out now as I had a pretty busy day for the rest of the day. Because then I headed over to the student activities office with Katie and Emily for a meeting where I also got to teach them a little bit of my choreo from the winter dance concert. And then I headed over to my favorite place on campus, the Henley Dance Pavilion. This is Yeoman, where we will be performing. And here's a little view of backstage in the costume shop where Brittany and her team are tirelessly working to make the incredible costumes for the show. This is Lori, the interim director and one of the choreographers. This is Hetty, another one of the choreographers for the winter dance concert and also the professor for the student choreography class. This week, we learned how to properly warm up our dancers as well as ourselves to ensure that we can prevent any and all sorts of injuries and really set the vibe and the mood for a full week of performances. This class is genuinely such a joy to be a part of. All of the student choreographers are incredible and so supportive. Creating work for a group of people to witness is truly very stressful and can be very overwhelming, but I could not have asked for a better group of individuals to go through this process with. We have each other's backs, and I'm eternally grateful for that. I then headed over to the bookstore and grabbed a snack as I headed over to my room again to change into my Bhangra costume. I actually had a Bhangra performance today as well, so I got my dance bag ready and we headed over to a local elementary school. For the past 2 years, we've been attending the school's culture night to give on a little performance for the kids and their families. It's truly a joy as they're super supportive, and after our performance, we get to teach the kids a little sequence that they all very much enjoy. And obviously, we got some of the homemade potluck food that the families had brought in. And then I headed right back to the studio for my tech rehearsal. Here are the stage managers and the crew that work tirelessly behind the scenes to make our dances come to life. They take my choreography and they make it 10 times better with the addition of lights and projections and more. And I could not be more grateful for the team that I have making this choreography so much better than it is. And I can't wait for you all to see it. I ended the night by getting dinner with Kyla, and then I headed back to my room and got ready for bed, did a little stretching so I wouldn't be sore the next day, read my book, and I called it a night.